question that I've heard a lot in regards to the UK specifically and other countries is what do I think about monarchy and hereditary and hierarchies. I believe that they evolved for a reason. I believe that such structures evolved for the reason that people observed heritability of traits, not just among the plants and animals they bred and kept, but also among people. And basically, the nobility was, I guess, selected for being courageous and having leadership abilities. And therefore, the logic goes that if a Chad is good at leading the tribe, then his sons are going to be good as well. So you might as well have a hereditary position of leader. And they also kind of maintained it with violence and the quashing of any competition. So that's also kind of a filter. They had to fight to stay on the top. There are examples of poor leaders being born to royal households, as we all know. Louis XVI was quite timid. He was not evil, as a lot of kind of pop history depicts him as, but he lacked the willpower and charisma and strength to push through the reforms of Finance Minister Necker and his other finance ministers who wanted to change the French tax codes. And because of that lack of charisma and willpower, these reforms failed to pass and ended up triggering the French Revolution and costing him his head. And he also had a very interesting, funny trait. He couldn't have Shreks with his wife. His brother-in-law, Joseph II, Holy Roman Empire, wrote a pretty spicy letter about his issues in the marital bed. I will not bring it up here because it might be too spicy for YouTube, but it was quite funny to read. And the lesson that can be learned from these instances of failure are that you shouldn't be super strictly fetishizing the Salic inheritance laws or whatever hereditary hierarchy. You should be having the institution open for new blood if it is competent, even if it's from some really poor peasant family, because merit is important, and in times of crisis, merit is much more important than a bloodline. Your bloodline will not lead your troops in a Napoleonic fashion. It will not invent some genius methods of statecraft just because it is from the bloodline of the previous king. So if the king is incompetent, you should be able to replace him with someone more competent, and you should hold your institutions open on a meritocratic basis. As for head of state, ideally both with a strong personality, charisma, and intelligence. As someone who is a shy nerd who knows everything, he will not be able to convince people to follow him. If he is really this archetypal dumb Chad, he will be able to convince people and lead them, but he will lead them off a cliff because he's dumb. So both are necessary. But merit is important.